Welcome back to my YouTube channel Rare Coins Treasures. What if I told you the key to unlocking a six-figure fortune could be sitting in a dusty jar in your kitchen drawer? Not gold, not stocks, but a penny, yes, a 1-cent coin from 2009. With no mint mark, and get this, one was just valued at a jaw-dropping $432,000. But here's the kicker, most people toss these coins without ever realizing the treasure they're throwing away. Stick around, because in the next 10 minutes I'm going to show you how one overlooked penny could be your ticket to generational wealth, and if you think this couldn't possibly be true, well, that's exactly what they want you to think. 2009 was more than just the year Obama took office and the iPhone exploded. It was also the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. To honor him, the U.S. Mint released 4 different commemorative reverse designs of the Lincoln penny. But here's what most people missed. Some of these 2009 pennies were struck without any mint mark at all. And in the chaotic shuffle of billions of coins, a rare error slipped through the cracks. A missing mint mark might seem like a tiny detail until it becomes the difference between 1 cent and $432,000. Wait, what? A penny worth more than a Lamborghini? Yup, and it still won't get you free refills at McDonald's. You see, coin collectors, serious investors, aren't just buying metal. They're buying history, rarity, and stories. And the 2009 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has it all: historical significance, minting error, scarcity, insane market value. But here's the part that might give you chills. Most people throw these coins away, unknowingly discarding a fortune. Imagine waking up one day finding that you've been sitting on $400,000 worth of copper and you just spend it on a gas station coffee. But here's the danger: you can't tell just by glancing. The key details are tiny, and only the trained eye, or better yet, a trained camera, can spot them. Let's break it down. No mint mark. Most 2009 pennies came with a D, Denver, or P, Philadelphia, mint mark. If yours has nothing, you're already in the elite club. Die errors. Some 2009 no-mint pennies were struck with double dies, off-center designs, or even wrong planchets. These flaws can send the value sky high. Market buzz. Recently, one such coin was sold at auction for $432,000. Yes, you heard that right. $432,000 for a penny. But what separates the $10 penny from the six-figure one? Stick with me, because what I'm about to show you might change your life. Finding a 2009 no-mint mark penny worth hundreds of thousands isn't just luck, it's knowing what to look for. Check the reverse design. Presidency is the rarest of the 4 designs. Look for doubling, especially around the words liberty and in God we trust. Weigh it. A normal zinc penny weighs 2.5 g. If it weighs closer to 3.1 g, it may have been struck on a copper planchet, a major rarity. You don't need to be an expert to get started. All you need is a magnifier, a digital scale, and maybe a little faith in the American dream. And let's be honest, if you've ever sorted through your couch cushions for laundry quarters, you're already halfway to becoming a coin collector. These coins are no longer just part of your past. They are your legacy, your leverage, and your launchpad to wealth. Now ask yourself, how many of these pennies have passed through your hands? How many have you let slip away? The window to cash in on these coins is closing fast. Collectors are hunting them. Auctions are heating up, and everyday people just like you are turning pennies into paydays. Check your collection. Examine every 2009 penny, and don't throw another cent away until you've made sure it's not your $1 million moment. Want to know which other pennies are worth over $100,000? Watch our next video, the 1984 Lincoln cent that sold $4,240,000. Subscribe, like, turn on notifications. Your wealth might just be waiting in your pocket, because if one penny changed someone else's life, why not yours? There's a tiny copper coin sitting in junk drawers, buried in old coffee cans, forgotten in childhood piggy banks, and it's secretly worth over $743,000. It's the 1964 D Lincoln 1-cent penny. And yes, that dusty penny could be your ticket to financial freedom. Imagine this. You're sipping your morning coffee, flipping through your old coins, and then, bam, you spot a 1964 D penny. Your heart races, because you remember watching this video, and you realize you're not holding just a penny. You're holding the potential for a wealthy lifestyle. Vacations, early retirement, even that dream house you always drive past but never dared to imagine owning. And let's be honest, wouldn't you rather be Googling beachfront property in Florida than coupon hunting at the grocery store? Now, you're probably wondering, what makes this ordinary-looking coin worth nearly $750,000? Well, buckle up, because the story behind this copper-colored legend is as rich as the coin itself. In 1964, the U.S. Mint struck over 3 billion Lincoln cents in Denver alone. But here's the twist. Not all 1964 D pennies are created equal. Some have errors, rare die variations, or freak misstrikes that make collectors and investors drool. And one of those errors? It's so rare, so breathtaking, that it fetched a staggering $743,000 in a private auction. I'll reveal exactly what that error is in just a moment, and how to spot it without any fancy tools. The magic lies in details, microscopic imperfections that turn a regular penny into a financial jackpot. Here's what to look for when checking your 1964 D Lincoln cent. Look at Lincoln's eye, his jawline, and the lettering. If it looks doubled, especially around "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," you could be holding a gold mine. See that tiny D below the date? If it looks like it was punched more than once, slightly overlapping or shadowed, collectors will line up to pay big. If your penny has a raised, cracked line or a chunk missing on the rim, that's not damage. That's cha-ching in collector language. If the design looks like it's drifting off the edge, or Lincoln is losing his face, congrats, you may be losing your mortgage instead. Here's the catch. Most people overlook these signs. They toss the penny back in a jar and move on. But you're not most people. You're here because you want more, and you're smart enough to know opportunity when you see it. Every day, someone unknowingly spends a six-figure coin at a vending machine. Don't let that be you. Don't let generational wealth slip through your fingers over a soda. The 1964 D Lincoln penny with a prominent double die and repunched mint mark recently sold $4,743,000. That's not a typo. That's a life-changing, IRS calling, champagne-worthy kind of payday. And the market is only heating up, with interest in rare coins surging among wealthy investors, hedge funds, and everyday collectors. Even lower-grade error coins are pulling in $5,000 to $25,000. Who knew a coin you could step on barefoot at 2 a.m. could fund your next real estate investment? So what do you do if you find a 1964 D penny? First, don't clean it. That's like washing off the Mona Lisa. You could destroy the value. Second, grab a magnifier or use your phone's camera zoom and check for those errors we mentioned. Third, get it appraised by a professional or submit it to a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Because here's the truth. One coin could unlock a lifestyle you never thought possible, but only if you take action. And get this, there's another penny from the same decade worth over $1.70 million, but that's a story for our next video. You definitely don't want to miss that one. So if you've got an old coin jar, now's the time to dig. Hit the like button if you want to uncover more million-dollar coins. Subscribe, because your next video might just turn your junk drawer into a luxury lifestyle. And remember, wealth doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who look. This is more than a penny. It's your million-dollar moment. What if I told you that a coin you've probably walked past, tossed in a drawer, or even spent on a pack of gum, could be worth more than your car? Or better yet, your entire house. This isn't just another coin collecting video. This is a wake-up call. Because in 1967, the U.S. Mint released a humble-looking penny, no mint mark, nothing flashy. But today, one of these coins just sold for $432,000 at auction. That's nearly $500,000 for a 1-cent coin. And guess what? You might already own one. The year was 1967. America was in the midst of transformation, war, civil rights movements, cultural revolution. But quietly, in the heart of the U.S. Mint, something peculiar happened. That year, no coins carried a mint mark. Why? A shortage of coinage led to sweeping changes. Mint marks were temporarily removed to reduce collector hoarding. But in that change, a few error coins, unique strikes, and unusual copper blends slipped through the cracks. So basically, someone at the mint had one job, and the machine went, "Nah, I'm gonna be special today." Millions of 1967 pennies were struck, but only a tiny fraction had the rare combination of die errors, double dies, or off-metal strikes that make them today's jackpot coins. Collectors are now desperately hunting these coins, and sellers? Some are walking away with life-changing money. But the million-dollar question is, How do you know if your 1967 penny is the one worth hundreds of thousands? Hold on to that thought because we're going to break it down step by step. Let's talk details. Here's what sets the $432,000 Lincoln penny apart from the rest. No mint mark? But that's not enough. All 1967 pennies lack a mint mark. That's standard. But the real value comes from what most people overlook: error types and condition. Look for error coins, double die obverse. Look for clear doubling in the date or "in God we trust" off-center strike. If Lincoln's face looks like it got scared and ran off the edge, you might be holding a gold mine. Wrong planchet errors. Some were mistakenly struck on dime or nickel blanks. If your penny is lighter than it should be, you better weigh it. Condition is king. MS-65 plus or bust coins in mint state condition, meaning unworn and uncirculated, are where the big bucks lie. The $432,000 coin? Graded MS-67 red by a third-party grading service. That red designation alone can triple your value, so yes, color matters in coin collecting. Who knew? So basically, the better your penny looks, the richer you get. Who knew copper had a glow-up? Here's where it gets scary. Millions of these coins were spent, tossed, forgotten. Many were destroyed. Every day you wait, another rare penny could be slipping through your fingers, disappearing forever into circulation. Imagine selling yours for $2 at a flea market, only to watch it auction months later for $500,000. But don't panic yet, because in just a moment, I'll show you how to check your penny at home and how to sell it the right way to serious buyers. So you've got a 1967 penny. Now what? Examine the details. Use a magnifying glass. Look for doubling, mint errors, off-center strikes, or color variations. Check the weight. A normal 1967 penny weighs 3.11 grams. Grade it, or get it graded if it looks pristine. Get it graded by PCGS or NGC. A high grade plus an error equals life-changing money. Don't let someone lowball you. List it at heritage auctions, great collections, or consult coin brokers. Know your coin's worth because the buyers certainly do. And get this, rumor has it, a 1967 penny with a never-before-seen error just surfaced. And it may be worth more than $500,000. Want to know what the error is? We're covering that in our next video. So here's your challenge. Go check your change jar. Look through your coin rolls. That 1967 no mint mark penny, the one you almost threw away, could be your ticket to financial freedom. What if I told you that one of the most ordinary-looking coins in your pocket change could make you a millionaire? Yes, I'm talking about the 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Just one of these rare coins has sold for a staggering $732,000 at auction. And you might be holding it without even knowing. Still think it's just spare change? Think again. Because in the next 10 minutes, I'll show you exactly why this humble penny could be your golden ticket and how to know if yours is the one that collectors are fighting over. So before you flick the penny into a wishing well, maybe wish with it, not on it, huh? To understand the mind-blowing value behind the 1968 no mint mark penny, we need to rewind the clock. Picture this. It's 1968, Nixon is president, gas is 34 cents a gallon, and the US Mint is quietly producing 1-cent coins. But something unusual happens. In Philadelphia, coins weren't typically marked with a mint letter. But a small number of 1968 Lincoln pennies were struck without a mint mark and with a rare proof-like finish, or even worse, errors. Now here's where it gets serious. Some of these coins contain striking flaws, double dies, off-center prints, or extremely high grades that send collectors into a frenzy. And when rare demand meets rarer supply, the price skyrockets. One pristine 1968 penny without a mint mark, graded MS-67 plus red, fetched $732,000 in a private auction. That's not a typo. That's real money. That's life-changing money. Now let me ask you, how many times have you dumped a jar of coins into a machine, not knowing you might be pouring your retirement away? But here's the part most people miss and what could make or break your shot at striking it rich. There are 3 signs to look for if you want to know whether your 1968 penny could be worth 5, 6, or even 7 figures. Flip the coin. No, D or S. Good. It could be from the Philadelphia Mint, the one with the highest value potential. You want that fiery, original copper shine. In grading terms, that's what they call red. If it's still vibrant after 50+ years, you've got a strong candidate. Look for double die errors, die cracks, off-center strikes. Use a magnifier. And if it's near perfect, you're in business. And no, biting it like they do with gold coins in the movies won't help unless you're testing your dentist's patience. Right now, there are only a handful of these rare pennies known to exist. That means the chances of finding one may be slim, but the reward? It's life-changing. The coin market is surging. Baby boomers are liquidating collections. New investors are flooding in. And rare US pennies, especially error coins, are becoming the next treasure hunt. You don't need to be a numismatist. You just need to pay attention and act fast. In our next video, I'll reveal the most common household mistake that destroys coin value and how you can avoid turning your $732,000 penny into a 3-cent disaster. So here's what to do next. Go through your coin jars, search your drawers, your attic, your glove box, and when you find a 1968 penny, especially one without a mint mark, do not clean it, do not spend it, and definitely do not ignore it. Instead, click the link below where we guide you to professional grading services, appraisal tips, and the hottest collectors actively buying rare pennies like yours. Because let's face it, if someone else is cashing in on spare change while you're tossing yours aside, that's not just unlucky. That's tragic. This isn't just about a penny. It's about possibility. It's about freedom. And it's about turning what's forgotten into a fortune. This is not just another penny video. This is about a copper coin that could be sitting quietly in your kitchen drawer, worth $654,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1971 Lincoln penny worth more than some luxury homes in California. But what makes this ordinary-looking coin worth a small fortune? And how do you know if you're holding one? Stay with me because the next 10 minutes could change your financial future forever. And hey, if you've ever dropped a penny and didn't pick it up, you might want to go back and find it. Let's rewind the clock to 1971. Gas was 40 cents a gallon, Nixon was president, and a quiet revolution was happening at the San Francisco Mint. That year, the U.S. Treasury struck millions of Lincoln pennies with the tiny S mint mark. Most were just everyday coins, used in vending machines and lunch lines. But a few, just a handful, were struck with such unimaginable precision that today, collectors fight tooth and nail to own them. One of these rare specimens, graded as Proof 68 Red Deep Cameo, sold for a staggering $654,000. Why? Because in the world of coins, condition is king. And this coin? It's the king of kings. Imagine this, a coin so flawless, it reflects like a mirror and carries the deepest red luster. You'd think it was made yesterday, not over 50 years ago. But here's the twist, there are still ungraded ones out there. Possibly in circulation. Possibly in your house. So how do you know if your 1971 S penny is a jackpot or just pocket change? First, look for the S mint mark right beneath the year on the front side of the coin, just below Lincoln's bust. That's your first clue. Next, examine the surface. Is it unusually shiny, almost proof-like? Does it have a deep red color that hasn't dulled with time? Hold it under a light. Does it reflect like a mirror? These are visual signals you might have something rare. Then here's the make or break factor, the grade. Grading a coin isn't just about eyeballing it. Professionals at companies like PCGS or NGC evaluate every millimeter of detail. A difference in grade from 66 to 68 can mean the difference between $50 and $650,000. It's kinda like dating in your 30s. Looks really matter. And while we're at it, don't go cleaning your coins. That's like trying to polish the Mona Lisa with a Brillo pad. Leave it as is. The most valuable 1971 S penny was never in circulation. It was part of a proof set, a special mint-made set not meant for spending. Yet somehow some proof pennies made their way out. And guess what? Coin hunters just like you have found them in estate sales, flea markets, and even in rolls of pennies from the bank. But here's where it gets really exciting and urgent. Right now, the rare coin market is exploding. Baby boomers are downsizing. Inherited collections are flooding the market. And savvy buyers are paying top dollar because they know the true value of what others overlook. If you have a 1971 S penny in pristine condition, you could be sitting on a retirement fund. A once-in-a-lifetime ticket to financial freedom. But timing is everything. As more coins surface, values can shift. The window to cash in big is now. Imagine turning a penny into a 6-figure payday. What would you do? Pay off the mortgage? Travel the world? Fund your dream business? That's not fantasy. That's the reality for collectors who took action, who dared to check their change. But most people won't act. They'll watch this, shrug, and forget. And the opportunity, gone. Don't be that person. Go through your coins today. Look for that 1971 S. And if you find something promising, get it graded immediately. Contact reputable dealers. Join coin forums. Don't leave your fortune sitting in a drawer. And if your spouse says you're crazy for sorting pennies, just smile. You'll be laughing all the way to the bank. This is more than just coin collecting, it's treasure hunting for the 21st century. And if you've made it this far, you're not just curious, you're serious. So here's your next move, subscribe now because we're uncovering more coins worth thousands, sometimes millions, hidden in plain sight. And turn on notifications because tomorrow's video, we're revealing a penny worth over $1.7 million. Your dream life might just be one penny away. What if I told you that one single penny, yes, a plain-looking brown coin sitting in your old coffee can, could be worth $743,000 today? Not $1 million idea, but $1 million penny. Sounds like fiction, right? Well, unless your piggy bank is a secret vault from Fort Knox, you might want to double-check those pennies hiding in your drawer. Because one rare 1973 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent just turned someone into a near-millionaire, and if you're not looking closely, you could be throwing wealth straight into a Coinstar machine. The year was 1973. Nixon was in office, bell-bottom jeans ruled the streets, and the U.S. Mint quietly produced over 3.8 billion Lincoln pennies without a mint mark, common coins, or so we thought. Most of these pennies? Worth a cent. Some maybe 5 cents if you're feeling generous. But hidden in this ocean of copper and zinc was a numismatic anomaly, a coin struck with such a rare error, collectors today are shelling out over $700,000 to own it. Now here's the terrifying part, it looks just like the one you've probably seen 100 times. No mint mark. Slightly worn. Tossed aside. Forgotten. But what separates the penny you've ignored for 50 years from the one that just changed a collector's life forever? You're about to find out. Let's break it down. Most 1973 Lincoln cents were minted in Philadelphia, hence no mint mark. But some of them? They were struck with what experts call a rare double die obverse, a minting error where the die shifted ever so slightly, causing Lincoln's face, the date, and the words, "In God We Trust," to appear doubled. This mistake? It's subtle to the untrained eye. But to collectors, it's a jackpot. Ever stared at a penny so hard you felt Lincoln judging you? Yeah, that might have been a good sign. Another variation? Off-center strikes, broad-struck coins, and pennies struck on foreign planchets, essentially the mint-made oopsies that became million-dollar miracles decades later. And here's the urgency, these coins don't stay in the market long. One listed at $743,000 was snatched up within days. Once it's gone, it's gone. But how do you know if your 1973 penny is the one? What clues should you look for? And where exactly can you sell it for top dollar? That's where it gets juicy. First, grab a magnifying glass or your phone's zoom. Look closely at the date, Liberty, and Lincoln's profile. See any doubling? Any off-center striking? Check the coin's weight too. A real copper 1973 penny weighs about 3.11 grams. Anything lighter might indicate a foreign planchet. Condition matters. The closer your penny is to mint state MS65 or higher, the more valuable it becomes. And remember, even a common penny in brilliant uncirculated condition could bring in hundreds, if not thousands. You're not just finding a coin, you're unlocking a lifestyle. A rare penny sale can mean paying off a mortgage, starting a business, or finally taking that dream trip to the Amalfi Coast. Heck, sell the right penny and you might finally tell your boss what you really think of his motivational emails. Sort your pennies, focus on those from 1973 with no mint mark. Use a reputable coin magnifier to check for doubling and errors. Get a professional appraisal, PCGS and NGC are industry leaders. List it smartly. Use auction sites or rare coin dealers, not garage sales. And before you run off, don't make the same mistake one collector did. He sold his penny for $100 only to find out it was worth $120,000. In our next video, I'll show you exactly how to avoid undervaluing your rare coins. If this video made you look twice at your change jar, imagine what else is hiding in your drawers. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're unlocking hidden wealth, one penny at a time. Because in your hands, you're not just holding change, you're holding potential freedom. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, a copper-colored coin you might have tossed in a jar 30 years ago, is now worth over $643,000? And what if that penny is sitting in your home right now, collecting dust while you scroll past your next big break? This is the 1979 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny. Minted in Denver. Millions were made. But a handful? They're not just rare, they're legendary. Imagine finding one and realizing you're holding something that could erase your mortgage, pay off your debt, or fund a dream life most only fantasize about. Let me guess, right now you're eyeballing your penny jar like it's a treasure chest from a pirate movie, right? So, what makes this tiny coin worth nearly 2/3 of $1 million? Let's break it down, because this is not just about copper and cents. This is about rarity, minting errors, and history colliding in one magical moment. Double die obverse, DDO, a rare minting error causing doubling of Lincoln's I, date, or motto. Off-center strike, some 1979 DS were misaligned during minting, creating dramatic off-center visuals. High-grade condition. Coins graded MS67 plus by PCGS or NGC are extremely rare. Red, RD, designation, indicates brilliant copper luster untouched by oxidation. One such 1979 D penny. Graded MS67 plus red, sold for $643,000 at auction. That's the kind of payout that makes headlines and changes lives. Still think pennies are useless? If so, congratulations, you've just offended one of the most profitable coins in American history. Here's the harsh truth: every single day, someone unknowingly spends or throws away a fortune in pennies. Fear isn't just a feeling. It's a warning. What if you've already lost your $600,000 penny without ever knowing it? Your wealth may be hiding in plain sight. And ignoring it? That could be the costliest mistake of your life. Now for the most important part: how you can spot a rare 1979 D Lincoln penny and turn it into your ticket to financial freedom. Locate your old change check penny jars, dresser drawers, old piggy banks, inherited boxes. Know what to look for. Look for a cleared 1979 date with a sharp D mint mark. Examine for doubling in letters or Lincoln's I. Off-center strikes are a jackpot. Copper luster. Even better, grade it or get it graded. Use a magnifying glass or loupe. If it looks promising, get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC. Rare coins deserve rare opportunities. Use certified auctions like Heritage Auctions, Stax Bowers, or Gray Collections. You don't need to be a coin expert, you just need to look. Because this isn't about coins. It's about unlocking hidden wealth you already own. Think of it as an Easter egg hunt, but the prize isn't chocolate. It's 6 figures and early retirement. Now, before you run off and flip every coin you've ever touched, what if I told you that there's another penny just like this one, but even rarer, that sold for over $1.7 million? In our next video, we'll reveal that coin and the shocking reason it slipped through so many hands unnoticed. So before you toss another coin, ask yourself, could this be the one? Hit subscribe now, because the next coin we talk about could be sitting in your pocket. And missing it? That might just cost you a fortune.